Hi, I'm Alia. So for today's video we are going to talk about Ostrivec, Krativec and Strešica. So these are all stress signs that you see on words in Slovenian, not all the time but at times. And we will see today why it's so important that we know when and how to place them based on what we want to say or the word that we want to say. Okay? Alright, so let's begin. So a little bit about the stress. So there's no rule about where the stress should be placed in the word, and also it's not predictable. So when you learn a new word, it's just best that you learn where the stress is as you learn, alright? Also, the stress is only placed on the vowels. So in Slovenian, the vowels are A, E, I, O, U. So A, E, I, O and U in English. So for each vowel, so the 5 vowels that we have, we will give example for Krativec, Ostrivec, and for Strešica you will see it can be only placed on E and O, okay? So, but this comes a bit later. Alright, so I guess we can begin. Let's begin with Ostrivec, so the one that goes like this. And an example for I would be miza. Miza, okay? So a table. I hope you can already hear where I'm putting the stress to make this word into a meaningful word, yeah? So, first what we do is we break it down into syllabuses. So in the miza, it's miza, so 2 syllabuses. Okay, so now I will stress both of the syllabuses, so where the vowel is. So let's say miza. Okay, sounds right, right? And now if I put the stress on the A, so miza, doesn't sound right. Okay, so then the stress must be on the first one, so miza. Alright, and as you can hear, it's an E, so E is an Ostrivec. Alright, so with Ostrivec, as you will see with the next few examples, the sound of the vowel is quite long. So miza, knjiga. Alright, so a book, a table. Then let's continue with a U, still with Ostrivec. So let's say kuhar, kuhar. It means a cook. So a U here is U, kuhar. Alright, so now we have I, U, and the next one, let's say A, so babica, a grandmother, or mami, mother, and so on. And then for I, so I, we would say mleko, mleko, okay, so it means milk, or srce, it means a heart, so srce. And the last vowel that we have for Ostrivec is O, so moka, it means flower, or mož, it means husband. Alright, so let's go through all of them one more time. So I, miza, U, kuhar, A, babica, E, mleko, O, moka. I'm sure you're hearing that when I'm putting the stress, I'm putting quite some effort on my mouth. So miza, kuhar, and so on, right? Awesome. Alright, now let's come a bit closer. So let's continue with Krativec. So the one that goes like this. So let's just begin as before with I. So with Krativec, the general rule is that the sound is very short and it's fast pronunciation. So you will see what I mean. So again, if we start with I, so an example, miš, miš, it means a mouse. Or if I say nič, it means 0, so, or nothing, so nič. I'm not putting as much stress on my lips as I did before when I was saying miza, right? Or knjiga. Alright, I'm sure you can hear the difference. And then let's continue with U. It's words such as kruh, it means bread, or kup, a pile of something. Alright? And for A, it would be brat. So brat, it means brother. So brat. Okay? Remember before? Babica, right? A long sound. And now it's brat. Short and sweet. Okay? And the one that follows is I, so E in Slovenian. So let's say študent. Študent, it means a student. Or pes. Pes, it means a dog. Alright? So before it was mleko, so E, and now it's pes. Even though both words have an E written, they're pronounced, I would say, very differently, right? So E, right? Awesome! And the last letter that we need to cover for Krativec is O. So again, examples. Stol, stol. Before it was moka, right? Moka. Now it's just stol. Or otrok. Otrok means a child. So stol means a chair. Otrok is a child. So otrok. Alright? Awesome. Alright, and then let's put you back down. So I have my hands free. So now we are at the last stress, which we call Strešica. So the one that looks like this, right? Alright, it only goes on E and O, so only those two vowels. And you will hear now how it sounds. So, an example for E would be sestra. Sestra, it means sister. Or žena. Žena, it means a wife. Alright? So remember before, it was mleko, mleko. So, E for Ostrivec. Krativec is very short, right? So, pas, študent, and so on. So, E, and now here it's sestra, so it's a longer sound and a longer sound, okay? So, sestra, žena, alright? And the last one, so O, and here the most basic example is oče, oče, it means father, so oče, O, okay? Or okno. So do you see how my lips are now? So O, so oče. But before we had moka, moka, or stol, stol. It's a much faster pronunciation than it is with oče or okno, right? Okay, so before with Krativec, right, I said otrok, otrok. But what if I say otrok? So now on the vowel that's stressed, right? So if I say otrok, right, otrok, I hear that two syllabuses, and the vowel which has the stress is the O, and it's Krativec, right? So otrok. But what if I say otrok? So let's say I happen to mix up the pronunciation and I think that there is a roof, so Stresica, right? And I say otrok. Well, that means more children. Well, it's in the second case. In the first case is otroci, so in imenovalnik, the first case, the plural word for children would be otroci, and the second case is otrok. But since what we're focusing on here is where the stress goes, you see how important it is, right? So if I say otrok je v vrtcu, it means the child or the kid is in kindergarten. But if I say tam je veliko otrok, it means there are a lot of children, or there are a lot of kids, right? And then just like with otrok and otrok, there's also a couple of other words that I want to discuss today. So let's say poje and poje. So it means on poje, he is singing, or on poje. So when the stress is on the last one, so E, right, we said mleko, right? So it must be Ostrivec. So on poje, it means he eats. Or if I say on poje, right? So o, oče, remember when it's the little roof. And this one means he sings. So on poje, even though the words are written pretty much the same, right? If we don't use the stress. Alright, then another word would be klop. So if I say klop, can you tell me where the stress goes? Or if I say klop. Okay, so now let's do it together. So klop, O, it means a bench. But now if I say klop, so O, before, remember the most obvious example, oče, it means a little tick, the little insect, right? So klop, klop, or let. Okay, so let means years, and it's an Ostrivec, and let means a flight. So a flight, on the E, it's Krativec. So here it's important, right? If I say konec leta, it means the end of year. But if I say konec leta, it means the end of flight. Alright? So again, the importance of stress, or that just based on the context, the person that you are writing something to or speaking to can understand what you're trying to tell them, right?